Hey YouTubers, it's Katie Clifford again. Welcome to my kitchen. This is obviously not normally where I record videos, but I'm in here for a reason and you'll see why in just a second. I want to talk to you about the reasons why you should be including oils in your skincare routine. So a couple years ago, somebody recommended to me that I add an oil into my skincare routine. I was looking for something different than what I've been using, and something to get some bigger results than what I had been using. They suggested an oil, and I thought they were crazy. I think my exact words were, that's a terrible idea, because I thought my skin was already oily enough that I didn't want to add more oil to it. And what I envisioned in my head was something like greasy and, ugh, that's not what I wanted. But surprise, surprise, I was completely wrong. And I wish I had started some of these habits years before I did, because my skin would look even better now if I had started it sooner. So a couple reasons why you should include an oil in your skincare routine. Even if it's not your daily skincare routine, even if it's your weekly one, include it, start including it now. The biggest reason why you should include it is for hydration. I can give you countless reasons on why having more hydrated skin is going to be more beautiful skin and more supple skin and more soft and glowing skin. But I think we all know that our skin needs to be moisturized. We often use like cream moisturizers or lotions or serums that are moisturizers. Those are great. I'm not saying anything bad about those. I use one of those daily too. But sometimes you got to bring in an oil to do the real work. You need an oil because it'll be extra hydrating. And oils are a little bit more concentrated for the most part. And a lot of times they can get further down in the cells. They can get to a deeper cellular level than a cream can. So I don't know about you, but I know enough about science that if I can get something that's a little bit more effective and will go down more layers of skin, and that's why it'll work better, I'm all in. So use them because they're hydrating, especially this time of year in the winter when it's cold outside, the air is really dry, you're coming inside a house that has dry heat, you need all that extra moisture. Maybe you're listening to this and going, my skin's already oily. I don't need any more help with that. That was totally me a couple years ago. But here's the thing. That's actually the biggest misconception in the beauty industry that I think. If your skin is oily, it means it's actually really dry and overproducing oils to compensate for that. So we can fight oil with oil because what you really need is to balance your skin out in order to get it level where it's not overproducing oil. Now, I don't claim to be a skincare expert. I'm just sharing with you guys what I've learned through being in the beauty industry for the last 2 years. And I'm hoping that as somebody who's not an expert on all the ingredients and not an expert on the aesthetic part of it, that hopefully I can explain it in a way that makes more sense to the rest of us, right? So if you have oily skin naturally, let's fight oil with oil. Let's balance your skin out, and I think you'll see a huge difference. Give it a try. Try an oil for about a week and see if you see a huge difference. So different oils are gonna do different things. You can get oils that would go under your foundation and give you kind of a dewy glow. I use one of those regularly. It looks like this. It's called Due Date. It's got sunflower oil in it. It's got palmerose oil in it. And this was specifically created to kind of give your skin a real dewy look that's so on trend right now. It goes perfectly under your foundation. But I'll tell you, this is my mom's very favorite product. She lives in Chicago. It's cold, it's windy. She lives in a high rise. She loves this and uses it as a moisturizer in the winter. She swears by it as a moisturizer in the winter because her skin loves that extra oil this time of year. It's what makes it so, it's gonna hydrate your skin, very well, but it was originally created to go under your makeup. So this is a really good daily use oil. You can also use oils that'll be a booster, that'll make something more effective. I talked about that a little bit a second ago. So I use something called One Drop Wonder that is pure, refined, cold pressed Pomifera oil from an Osage orange. It's got UV properties, healing properties. In fact, I use it like Neosporin in my house because it'll heal cuts and burns and all that kind of thing. But this is what I put with my anti-aging serums every single day because it's gonna make them more effective. I've got great anti-aging serums that work. I know they work, but I can add this to them and they can get further down a different lower cellular level. They can get deeper into my skin and make them work even better. I'm all in. Anytime I can buy something that's gonna make everything I love more effective, sign me up. And the last oil I use, this is the one I use every single night. It's got marula oil in it. If you're not familiar with marula oil, you should be because it is one of the hottest things in the beauty industry right now for its anti-aging benefits. It's also got lots of vitamin C. It's super hydrating. It's amazing for your skin for lots of different reasons, but all I needed to hear to be hooked on this was the words anti-aging. I'm convinced this oil combined with this that makes it a little bit more effective are the reason my skin looks better now than it did 10 years ago. I'm 35 in case you didn't know. But I get confused for being younger all the time. And I tell them it all has to do with using the right skincare products, I swear. If you haven't used an oil in your skincare, I would challenge you to try one. Try one for a week and see what benefits you can get out of it, especially this time of year. See what happens to your skin. Take a before picture, take an after picture. You don't have to share it with anybody, but that way you know exactly what difference you saw and felt in your skin just by adding an oil to it. If you've got any questions, drop them, and I'll be back to answer them later. Bye, y'all.